Jeffrey.
Hello, honey. Kupana taula na siri kuti alfa chini. Good evening, everyone. I'm sorry I was late today. Just arriving from work just now. Let's start today's business. I'm going to share okay. Can you confirm that you can hear me? Can people hear me? Okay. So yesterday we started our practical on spreadsheets. We said spreadsheets are designed to solve the problems of written work. You can perform complex calculations with a spreadsheet. So yesterday was just the beginning. We learned how to enter data in a spreadsheet. And we say that the three types of data that can be entered in a spreadsheet include numbers, labels, formulas, and then we said charts and graphs can be created, but you don't enter charts and graphs. This can be created automatically by the spreadsheet. What we can only enter are these three: numbers, labels, and formulas. We also described the structure of a spreadsheet where we said it consists of columns that are numbered A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and the rows that are numbered numerically. We did our first computation in a spreadsheet, adding things. We learned that in order for you to perform any operation, you first need to input your values in a spreadsheet. So you select the cell, the correct cell that you want to input your values, enter them. Then to write the formula, we say that you first put an equal sign. By putting an equal sign, you are informing the spreadsheet that you want it to perform some calculations. Then you reference the cell that is your first number. By just clicking in the particular cell, the name of the cell is written. And then you put your operator and you select the second number. You continue doing that for all the numbers that you want to add. We also talked about the different types of cell referencing. We said that there's relative cell referencing, where cells are simply referenced based on the column name and the row name. For example, we said this cell is called E2. That's why we wrote E2 there. And then this one is called I3. That's why there's an I3 there. By referencing E2, we get the value that is in the cell E2. But we referenced I3 and we got the cell the value that is in I3. So this is relative cell referencing. We also say that there is absolute cell referencing, where cells are referenced based on their where cells are referenced absolutely. How do you absolutely reference a cell? By putting a dollar sign that precedes the column name and the dollar sign that precedes the row. So instead of saying E2, you are saying $E $2. Still, you get the value of E2. And here, still you get the value of I3. Only that you have referenced it using absolute cell referencing. And then also said that there's mixed cell referencing, where, for example, you just want to fix the column, but the row, you are not fixing it. You are referencing it using relative cell referencing. Or the other way around, you're just referencing the column name using relative cell referencing, and you're using absolute cell referencing to reference the row. We did a practical where we showed how these two work: relative cell referencing and absolute cell referencing. So today's business, we want to talk about functions. But before we proceed to talk about functions, are there any questions that you might have discovered when you were working on this thing yesterday? Go ahead, memory.
I've got some questions, but not on Excel, but for Word.
We want Excel questions.
Okay.
Wait, you want to ask me about the assignment?
Not really. About hyperlink and footnotes.
Okay, I will cover those in our closing lecture, which I shall pour upon on a date in future. Just write down that. I will show you how to do it. Unless it's very urgent.
Yeah, it's urgent.
Okay, so you were asking about hyperlinks. Hyperlinks, it links a heading or some text to some website so that it can be opened on the internet. For example, I want this. Okay, right. For example, this one and this diagram here, I want to link it to a diagram on the internet. I'm just going to go and check on the internet. I think it was supercomputer. Okay. Let me click on this one. right? There is this supercomputer that is on this website. Yakanzi what technology reviews, what. I'm going to copy this link, right? Then I have my text here. I want to kuti munhu akazoklika pakanzi supercomputer anoenda kuya kune anobva enda paindaneti onoopena papeji iyaya yanandakavhura iyaya. So you need to make this a hyperlink. So you click on it, you highlight it, then you go to insert, then you select link. Tanga takatokopa this, it comes up first there, or you just click pakanzi link up. Then it will prompt you to put an address where you want to link it. I put the address and I click OK. Now this one is a link. If I move my mouse here, if you press Ctrl plus click, you are going to be taken to that website. So if I click Ctrl and I click, you've attended up internet, connect up a page that hyperlink. So that's what we call a hyperlink. Then a footnote. A footnote is some text that is written on the foot of a document there, maybe to explain something, like what. Okay, I often notice my papers and it. Anenga akanyorwa kunzi. Okay, let me just show you a footnote. How to create a footnote. You highlight what you want, and then you click pakanzi insert. Where is a footnote? Yeah. So power highlighter paya panonyorwa chi1 each. I'm sorry, because it's a footnote. You come here down there, you explain zvinhu zvacho izvozvo zvawaita footnote. So footnote, you want to explain something in detail kuzasi uku zvisingadisturbi kunoku kwawanyora kunoku kwekutanga kunoku, ndo anonzi mafootnote iwawo. I can create another footnote. I just highlight there pakanzi Microsoft Word. Maybe I want to explain further on this Microsoft Word thing. How come I'm not seeing footnotes here? They should be in this section. But if you can't find them, like in my case, you can just search there. Let me move this thing. Okay.
iri pareference apo
Pakanzi chi? Reference. Okay. All right. Under reference, there is footnotes. So just highlight the word that you want to explain further down there. Click chakanzi insert footnote. Highlight. Next footnote. Oh, okay. Sorry, I'm clicking the wrong thing. You click up against insert footnote. Yeah, H2 footnote. Auto explain if you want to put another one, highlight and click insert footnote. Yeah, H3. So someone who is reading your document, when they read this menu bar and then they see this footnote 3, they go to the third footnote and then they get a more detailed explanation. I don't know if you are answered. Memory. I believe she is. Let's go to today's lesson. Today we want to talk about functions. Functions. So functions are used to automatically compute calculations. You remember yesterday we were calculating things manually. Tichitoisa operator wana plus wana chi. Now spreadsheets have got loads and loads and loads of inbuilt formulas to perform all calculations that we can think of. For example, the formulas inside the spreadsheet, there are formulas to add things. There are formulas to calculate one standard deviation. There are formulas to calculate mean, average. There are just so many formulas in spreadsheets. So today we are going to discuss 6 functions that are commonly used by students. What are these functions? We are going to talk about the sum function. We are going to talk about the average function. We are going to talk about the count function. We are going to talk about the count if function. We are going to talk about the maximum function. We are also going to talk about the minimum function. I'll explain what these are and what they are used for. We'll start with the sum function. So the sum function is used to add up numbers that are in a given row or numbers that you have selected. They can automatically be, the sum can automatically be calculated using the sum function. Now, functions follow a prescribed format. When you're writing a function, there is a prescribed format that you must follow. If you type anything wrong in the function name, then your answer is not going to come out. So you need to be very careful on the syntax of the functions, especially these ones that we are going to discuss today. So the sum function, like I said, is used to automatically add all things in a given range. The syntax, just like when we were talking about formulas, Papa, when you are typing the syntax of a function, you always start by putting an equal sign. And I'm not going to be putting an equal sign here because tanga kuda to calculate. The moment you put an equal sign, tanga to calculate. So for the sum function, the first thing, of course, is to put an equal sign. After putting the equal sign, you type the function name, which is a sum, open bracket, and inside the bracket, you select your range. In other words, you highlight all the figures that you want to add or all the cells that you want to add. By running this, pressing enter, you should get your result. We are going to demonstrate this using this example. Let's enter the following data so that all these things don't sound Greek. So say we have got a class in a school, and we want to prepare some report card for our students. We want to enter the following data. Here we have the name of students, and then we have the subjects that they are doing. They are doing English, science, maths, ICT, Shona, and history. So these are the subjects that these guys are doing. The names, we have Fadzai, we have Wendy, we have Peter, we have John, we have Alice. Let's just deal with this. Say this exam was out of 400. That one is 89, 78, 67, 87, 92, science, 84, 86, 85, 84, 87. Maths, 65, 10, 45, 86, 87, 23, 56, 54, 65, 86, and 65. Shona, 76, 87, 50, 25, 86. History, 34, 54, 65, 28, 63. Right, we have entered our data with labels. So say we are asked to calculate the total marks that each student got. Obviously, we are going to use the sum function because we said the sum function is used to automatically add all items that are in a given range. So here we are going to first put our equal sign. And like I said, we type the function name, which is sum. So we type sum. As you type sum, notice some function, some text appears here. Choose the correct function that you want to use. In our case, we want to use the sum function. So just double click on that. If you don't want to do that, you can just continue typing yourself. You open your bracket after typing the word sum, and then but after that, you need to highlight the numbers now. You need to select all the numbers that you want to add. We want to add these values, kubva pana 34 kusvika pana 89. Saka either iwewe unoenda up wohighlighta kubva pana 89 kusvika pana 34 kana kuti unobva pana 34 highlighta kunosvika kuna 10. Usatangira pakati kuhighlighta uchienda uku because izvi zvinozosara zvisina kuhighlightika. Right. So after selecting the range, you close your bracket. What we are saying here is we are telling the spreadsheet to add all these highlighted items and provide a result. To get the answer, you press enter. So that's 3, 2, 2, 1. This is much faster than what we were doing yesterday, where we would put equal sign and then we would click there, total plus, we click there, total plus, we'll click there, total plus. Imagine you have 1,000 items that you want to add. It will be very, very taxing and time consuming. So we make use of the sum function to automatically add. Any questions on the sum function?
Ndatombonzwisisa pamatotanga pakunyora chisamu chacho.
Hamuna kunzwisisa?
Ndangozongoona pabuda answer.
Screen rangu ranga risiri kushowa.
Ndangozoona pawana 120.
Okay. Vincent, what's your question? Vincent.
My question says you have been a bit fast on punching in your figures, so we're trying to catch up. The moment you factored in your function component, you moved in too quick. We could not see what really happened.
Okay. That's
Yes.
fine. Tanatswa.
The sum function inongoshanda only using my capital letters or chero ukanyora small letters inozo highlight hayo zvaya highlight apo nema-capital letters.
Functions edu. Spreadsheet haisi case sensitive as such. So ukanyora nema small letter zvinobuda hazvo but iyo inozokukorekta yozvisa kuma capital letters. But iwe unofanira kunge uchinyora nema capital letter. All function names are in capital letters. I will re-illustrate again. This time I'm doing for Mary. I want to find the total marks that Mary obtained. As usual, if we are doing some calculation, we start by putting an equal sign. After putting an equal sign, we type the word sum. Right? The moment you start typing kuti SU, panobuda izvi. Zvakanzi sum if what. Unogona hako kupedzisa kunyora manually but ukango-click up, unobva wato-openerwa bracket necomputer. Once watypa kuti sum, wo-highlighta ma-values auri kuda kuedha. Haugoni kutanga kuhighlighta pakati apa. Wozvada kuhighlighta pakati, wauya uku, kuti uchienda uku. Izvo zvinobva zvadzima, kuti uchienda uku, izvo zvinobva zvasara zvisina kuhighlightika. Saka whenever you are highlighting, you need to start from one end. Like that. Or you start from that end. Unoita ma-mistake odai, ramba wakangobaya left mouse button wako. Woselect zvinhu zvauri kuda kuedha. Wapedza kuselecta zvinhu zvauri kuda kuedha, close your bracket and press. Notice tareferensa tichishandisa relative cell referencing apa. Woita press because toda kuzokopa formula iyi. Formula iyi toda kuisa apa. Saka tinoshandisa relative cell referencing kuti range yedu ichinje. Apa inenge ya 13 B13, G13, apawo B14, what. You press enter and you get your result. Mapa bata here vana Tino Vincent.
yazoti hakuna chinetwork changu chiri kundikava saka ndongosara ndichitobata njinde.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
zvaita
pane kuti urambe uchingoisa formula yako unongoya apa pane ka full stop kanaka wo drag downwards. Automatically unobva watocalculaterwa sum for all those other ones. Ukaclicka here, range area is equal to sum B15, G15. So this is the sum function. It's used to add stuff. Then we also have the average function. The average function is used to find the mean of values in a given range. It is used to find the mean of values in a given range. You remember maths kuwana average. Taitanga taeda zvinhu zvese, then kana tazvieda zvinhu zvese todivide nekuti zvinhu zvacho zvingani. Nditi ndo matsvakiro ataita average. But with spreadsheets, we can automatically compute the average by calling the average function. So the syntax of the average function, you start by putting your equal sign as usual, and then you open your bracket and select your range. You start by putting your equal sign and then you type average and then you put your range. Let's try it here to find the average marks obtained by the students. We are going to put an equal sign there. We type our function name. Notice as I type the word average, pane zvinhu zvina average zviri kuappear. And I select the correct one, which is average. Automatically a bracket is opened for me. I then highlight the cells that I want to calculate average. And I ignore total up because it's not part of the marks that I want to work with. I close my bracket and I press enter. So the average is 53.5. Right. About averages, once you calculate your averages, there may be floating point numbers. The floating point numbers may go on and on and on and on. And if you are to leave floating point numbers akadaro, it might be not neat. So you need to round off your decimals. And it try ku exactly. You see the result for the second one is 71.3333. Computer inozongoti roundirawo yoga payadira. Yaita 62.8333. Computer ikazoround off payadira. Zvinhu izvi hazvisi neat kana zvakadai so. You can highlight all these figures and specify to what decimal place you want to round off. Unoshandisa matools aya. This one is for increasing decimal space. This one is for decreasing decimal space. So for our work, just leave to 2 decimal places. So the moment I clicked that, I've left my answers to 2 decimal places. You can reduce to 1 decimal place by clicking on that one. Each increase a decimal place, each side to change reduce a decimal place. Anzi chi? Watichi tinomuvonga?
Voice muchiexplaina but zvamuri kuexplaina zvacho handakana chandiri kuona.
Ausikuona spreadsheet rangu. Log off with a log in. Tanat.
So I wanted to ask my functions two at a time. Let's say ita add zvinhu zvedu tinta create a mark schedule yevana vese ava. Is there a way yekuti you can arrange according to the number or kana in ascending or descending order according the mark yawawana?
Possible.
How do we go about it?
It's the last thing that we will discuss. We will discuss it later on.
Okay.
Tapeta kutaidoma functions. I'll show you how you can reorder according to maybe decimal, according to alphabetic, according to values, etc. I'll show you how to go about it. Anyone with a question on functions? Okay. Let's move on and talk about the count function. The count function is used to find the number of items that are in a given range. It is used to automatically count how many items are in a given range. For example, we want to find how many subjects our student was doing or our student wrote. We could count manually here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or we could just use the count function and then the computer tells us how many subjects the student was doing. So here, let's put the label number of subjects. Number of subjects. So the count function, the syntax is equal to, then count, and in brackets, select your range. Is equal to, then count, in brackets, you select your range. So how many students were each student doing? It should give us 6 here. So we put our equal sign, we type the word count, open our brackets, highlight my marks obtained in the subjects, close bracket, press enter. So 6. If we apply that formula to all those other rows, we are still getting 6. That's the count function. We can, yes, Precious. Which link are we using? That is giving us 5 minutes left. Shansa link ripping. Precious. If we are automatically logged out, please log in again. Precious, I can't hear what she's saying. Maybe she raised by mistake. I'll move on to the count if function. The countif function is used to count the number of items that satisfy a given range. Okay, it is used to count, the countif function is used to count the number of items that satisfy a given range. For example, a given condition, sorry. For example, you might be asked kuti werenga masubjects akapaswa nemwana chete kuti mangani. Number of subjects passed. Maybe you may be asked to count how many subjects did the student pass. What is the syntax for the countif function like? You type countif, open your bracket, select your range, put a comma. So the countif function is a little bit different from all the other functions. You put opening quotes ane zvinhu 2 izvi ekuti ukabaya anokubudisira zvinhu 2 izvi zvimatswetswe izvi zvinobuda zviri 2. And inside those, you type in your condition, close quote, close bracket. Right, so this is how the countif function works. Kochichi nombonzi ma conditions, and how do you set ma condition? You make use of conditional operators. There are ma conditional operators. We have vana greater than, tinana less than, tinana equals to, tinana greater or equal to, anonyorwa so. Sorry, this is less or equal to, then greater or equal to, tinana or. All these are conditional operators that you can make use of in spreadsheets. In our case, we want to find the number of subjects that the student passed. So we are going to come here and put our formula is equal to count if we select the range. Range, haungo select akapaswa chete, unoselecta zvese. Iyo computer ndo ichazodistinguisha kuti izvi zvakapaswa kana kuti izvi zvakafoira, handiti? Based on your condition. As you type, there is a formula that appears down there. Follow it. It's saying range, then put a comma. In my case, it's saying put a comma. In your computer, it might say put a semicolon there. So you want to zvakanyorwa mucomputer mako. Then I'm supposed to put my criteria or condition. This criteria or condition is put in quotes like I've indicated there. Condition, we said we use conditional operators. What is the condition that should be satisfied in order for us to count? A student, kana munhu achinzi akapasa subjects, anofanira kunga akawana 50 or more, handiti? Saka condition yedu yatiri kuisa apa ndeyekuti we only want to count things that are greater or equal to 50. Close your bracket, close your quote, sorry, close your bracket. Is equal to, is equal to greater or equal to 50. This is our condition. You press enter. So this student only passed the 3 subjects. 3 ndopa akawana more than 50. And if you check manually, this, that, and that are the only subjects that we pass. If we drag this downwards, our formula is computed for the remainder of the students. Any question on the county function? Abigail?
Say akunaida kubvunza yangu kuti patiri kuisa formula moti close bracket ndikasaisa close bracket inokanganisika here kana kuti ndikangobaya enda ndisina kuisa zvinongoita
Inotokuudza kuti pane zvawasirira. Makasavhara bracket rako inotokuudza kuti pane zvawasirira. Let's try it.
ndachimboita isingadi
Apa handina kuisa closing bracket, ndobva ndapressa end. Yabva yandiisira. So maybe manga muchitoisirwa. Maybe manga muchiisirwa, but it's good practice to always put it. There's also another hand, Vincent. Vincent.
Say you're greater than equal to less than signs. You are punching them manually.
Yes.
Okay.
Mavaona pavari.
Tuza mavachaka ipapo.
Paside na A map.
Okay.
Zviri kumusoro izvi unova accessa wakapressa shift.
Alright. Kukana vazowana greater equal, greater smaller equal to.
Unoisa greater than sign, wobva watoisa equal sign immediately. Equal sign watanga tichingoshandisa all along. Yes, memory. More blessing.
Okay, sorry say font yangu idiki because of ndingira ndavhura excel sheet saka handina kuona kuti before mama taipa chi before greater or equal.
Iyi formula yangu iyi.
Saka icho chiri pamusoro chii before greater.
Makotsa.
Maquotes, okay. Kumaona.
Opening quotes, yes.
All right. Thank you. Because yachitindika taenda yoramba ubudisa.
Unofana kuisa ma opening quote. Anoisa zvinhu 2. Ari paside na enter.
It's okay.
Ano access wakapressa shift again.
Okay. Number 1.
Chinomuvonga.
Yeah, right.
Apa ukashandisa zvongoita.
Sorry.
Ukashandisa masingle quotes zvongoita.
Ukashandisa mai?
Masingle quotes madhabhu nemasingle.
Ukashandisa masingle quotes hazviiti. Washandisa zvikaita. Wait or like. Hazvifane kuita. Anyway, inini ukandisira masingle quotes ku exam kwangu ndoti hauzivi zvawekuita. Vincent.
I'm stuck on criteria.
Criteria. You are supposed to put your criteria in quotes. Greater or equal to 50.
Oh, okay.
Do you understand why we're saying greater or equal to 50?
Yes, sir. I do understand.
Okay. Okay, let's move on to the maximum function. The maximum function, we'll discuss the maximum function and the minimum function together. The maximum function is used to find the biggest value among a list of values. Like you want to see which one is the biggest value, you use the maximum function. The syntax, as usual, you first put an equal sign, and then you type max. You don't type maximum in full. You put your range in brackets. You are done. Same applies to the minimum function. It's the opposite of the max. You want to find the smallest value in a range of values. You are going to use the minimum function. The minimum function is not written in full. You just write min, open brackets, and to select your range. Close your bracket. Let me demonstrate the use of the maximum function and minimum function. A teacher would want to analyze, for example, how bad or how well students performed in their subject. For example, they might want to find what was the lowest mark obtained in maths. You are going to use the minimum function. What was the highest mark obtained in English? You are going to use the maximum function. So let's just put here lowest mark and then about the highest mark. We put our formula for English. To find the lowest mark in English is equal to min, open brackets, highlight your data, close brackets, as simple as that, and press enter. So the lowest mark in English was 67. Let's find the highest mark. It should be 92. You put your equal sign, type marks, open brackets, highlight all the values, close bracket, and press enter. You get 92. Now, spreadsheets allows you to copy a formula even horizontally. Remember, Baba, tanga tichikopa vertical and tichidzika. You can copy horizontally. Highlight up and highlight up and ndikuda kukopa maformula ari 2 for all the other subjects. There you go. So these are functions. Of course, there are so many other functions in a spreadsheet. Mukaenda apo pakanzi formulas apo. You will see thousands and thousands of formulas. And these formulas are grouped, starting with the recently used functions. This is the sum function, average function, if function, hyperlink function, count function, maximum, sign function, sum if function, PMT function, standard deviation function. These are the recently used. And then we have financial functions. These have to do with the finance and so forth. Example, calculating principal value, etc., interest rates, GGGG. Then we have logical functions. The computer science, they make use of logical functions, Plasma gates, and so forth. We have text functions. We have date and time functions. We have lookup and reference functions. We have maths and trigonometrical functions. We have statistical functions. We have engineering functions. We have cube functions. We have information functions. We have compatibility functions. We even have web functions. So, and different user groups will be using their own functions that relate to them. Once you now know how to use a function, you can use any other function as the question might require, especially if you are doing it practical, because you are simply supposed to follow my steps anyorwa nditi. For example, kana ukada kutsvaka inonzi chii? Binomial distribution. Inotokuudza kuti ita so. Right, I'm supposed to put the numbers, the number of trials, the probability, the cumulative, etc. So the math guys will know what, because ndo vanoshandisa ma-statistical functions vanotoziva kuti zvii zviri kudiwa, saka iye anongosupply this data, then binomial distribution answer yacho yotobuda. Any questions before we move on to the next thing? Vincent?
Is my hand still up? Okay, sorry. I didn't deactivate my hand last time. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Uh,
Sure.
It's like what you say, pane that one yamapedzisira kutaura yakanzi lowest and maximum and lowest and highest iyoka. Ndaita handiti ndobva ndatokalculate like the lowest ndikaiwana and highest ndikaiwana. But then ndiri kutraya kuda kudrega kuti zvifanane zvese but zviri kuramba.
Kuti mucalculate kuhistory shona ICT maths chichi.
Ameno maybe system yangu isingaita ndizvo.
Hakuna system isingaiti. Can you uri kushandisa device yauri kushandisa ndio yauri kuitira meeting?
Aiwa, for meeting ndiri kushandisa phone then ndiri kushandisa laptop pakuweka.
Okay. Ukaclicka up pakanyorwa function like this formula bar.
Okay, ndaona ndinda ndaresva pakunyora formula.
Okay.
Thank you.
Anyone else facing some challenges? Okay, fine. The last thing that we want to do now, the second last thing that we want to do now is to, okay, let's just do this before we I show you how to create charts and graphs. Someone was asking how to order our data. For example, we have this table here, and we want to reorder it, maybe arranging according to the number of subjects passed or something like that. So what you are going to do is you are going to highlight your table, then you go to the home, pane chakanzi chiri kupi chearrangement.
Sort and filter.
Where is it?
Second from left to your right.
Panapa. I'm
home,
not sure.
home page.
Home page.
Where?
At the home page. Home.
I'm at home.
I think our PCs are different.
Zvangu zviri apa pakanzi editing apa. Pane this yakanzi sort and filter in. You click on it. Woenda pakanzi custom sort. Nditi. Ukati sort smallest to largest. Inotangira kusota zvinhu kuleft kuno. Ukati sort largest, it will assume kuti you want to sort this last column here. In our case, we want to sort according to number of subjects passed. Or maybe we want to sort according to total, I don't know. So you go to custom sort, then sort by, you select the column that you want to sort by. So we want to sort by number of subjects passed. Order, we want to start with the smallest number to the largest number. You click OK. So you can see it's now was our data sorted? Editing, custom sort, number of, okay, so we want to sort by number of subjects passed, smallest to largest, click OK. It's now sorted. Vana 3, akapasa 3 ndo atanga kunyorwa, ukatevera akanyorwa 5, then 6. If you want to sort according to totals, anema marks akawanda first. Zvakatosoteka ndi. Zvakatosoteka. If you want to sort maybe according to kupaswa kwakaita English, you're going to go to editing. You go to sort and filter, custom sort, select English. Smallest to largest, click OK. But I sort according to English now. 67, 78, 87, 89. Ruvarash.
Izvo sei zvokuti sort by zvine basa here izvi? It's like it's hamuseki izvi. It's like kuti ndine yangu laptop ka iri kungondibudisira kuti sort by yotongoisa masubjects acho atati chilista. Haisi kubudisa zvakawanda senge zvenyu zvekuti sort by chichi by number of subjects passed and stuff.
Not, it's because I was select up. Pakanzi customer. Custom sort.
Ndatoenda pakanzi custom.
Wapaita. Hapasi kuzobuda chakadai.
Ndapinda pakanzi chakadai ichocho.
Ichi kachiri kushowa pascreen
Pabva
pangu.
pabuda chakadaro.
Hapana kunyorwa kunzi sort by.
Pakanzi sort by patobuda.
Chiselecta kachi arrow ichi. Woselecta kuti uri kuda kusota by chi. Woda kusota by number of subjects passed.
Haisi kubudisa kuti by number of subjects passed chichi iri kungobudisa names of masubjects andaisa. Then kwekupedzisira nobva yatongoti sum and average chete.
Iwe macolumns aya unawo here aya. Wanyora.
Ndo ari kutongobuda iwayo.
I'm not understanding you.
It's like kuti ndiri kuti se pari kubuda kuti handaenda pakanzi sort by ndobva ndaenda pachithat arrow icho chamaenda tiri kubudisa kungoti English, Science, Maths, ICT then nehistory potobuda kungoti sum neaverage. Izvo zvekuzoti sort by chichi number of subjects passed and stuff hazvisi kubuda.
Columns ako kawa and kana vana English vachibuda kana wanyorawo vana number of subjects passed as your column zvofana kubudawo. Ukaenda pauyu pako unayo here column yangadzi number of subjects iyi? Unayo here wewe muspreadsheet mako? Kana usina kuinyora haibude.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Then zvawabvunza kuti hanzi zvine basa here kuzviziva. Zvinhu zvese zvatiri kudzidza panapa zvine basa kuzviziva. You should know all that stuff. That your computer is not able to do it, it's another story. But you should know it. I can ask anything in the exam. I can ask you how to sort by number of subjects passed given a table like this, and you should be able to explain to me how you do it.
Thank you.
Okay. And lastly, we want to talk about creating charts and graphs. You remember I said that a spreadsheet can allow you to create charts and graphs. You don't necessarily input a graph manually, but you can allow a graph to be constructed. The most important thing is highlighting your data in your spreadsheet. Say, for example, toda kugadzira a column graph rinoshowa performance yevana vedu kuma-subjects ese. The most important thing is highlighting the data like that. So I highlight my labels edu. It's important that you highlight labels, because if you don't highlight labels, chart rako rinenge risina labels. So highlight my labels like that and highlight the figures. Then you go to insert, you select the chart. Pakanzi chart, pakanzi recommended charts panel. You select, this one is the column chart that we want to put. You can select the first option here, 2-dimensional chart, or the first option here, 3-dimensional chart. The moment you click, automatically a chart is inserted into your spreadsheet. It's showing the performance of Peter, Mary, John, Fadzai, and Iris in English, Science, Maths, ICT, and Shona. All you need to do is to change the chart title there to suit whatever you are doing. Our chart here is on students' performance. There is our nice chart. You don't have to stick to this design. You can select that arrow and choose other designs that are available. Those template designs that are available. Someone's hand is up. Then you need to move your chart. Click on the chart area, you can drag it to anywhere. Tendai. Tendai, you want to say something?
Yes. Can you please repeat again on how we form the chart? I'm now lost. I think we're a bit too fast.
Okay. To create a chart, I said it's just a matter of highlighting your data. Let me do this again. I want to create a column chart or a pie chart to represent Peter, a pie chart to show Peter's performance. I want to draw a pie chart now. So I'm going to highlight the labels. It's important you select labels. You also need to select the marks that Peter got. Now I want to insert a pie chart. So I go to insert and I go to that section I can see recommended charts. So this one is a column or bar chart. This one is a line chart. This one is a pie chart. It's the one that I want. You click the arrow to pointer downwards. You can select the first option yepakanzi 2D or the first option yepakanzi 3D. The moment you click, a chart automatically appears. Mukacherechedza chart redu iri harina mavalues, saka kuisa mavalues unoshandisa anonzi madata labels. Right click, pasiri pachart, pasiri pachichart chako ichi, right click outside, then click pakanzi format chart area. No. Want to add data label, so you right click, right, you right click on the chart, so not outside, in the chart you right click and then you select option here can add data labels. Now we have data labels. You can format these data labels to include a percentage kushoti ukwanga ne 65 zvake history. As it means what percent, you right click and you click pakanze format data labels so that you can select more things like the percentage. So 65% represents 65 represents 17%, 50 represents 30%. Now you have to move this chart once you've created it to an empty space. You drag it to an empty space by clicking the left mouse button and dragging it. Ukasiya chart rako rakavharidzira zvinhu, it's penalizing. I'll penalize you. Are you answered? What was that? Are you answered? The person who asked the question, I forgot who it was. Ronia.
It's Tendai. It's Tendai. It's now a bit clear.
A bit. A bit is not satisfactory. Where are you getting it wrong?
I beg your pardon.
Where are you getting it wrong? Where are you losing me?
I think it's because I'm already behind. Yesterday I did not manage to connect, and today I also connected a bit late. So I'll try to find some time to revise on my own.
Okay. If you say so. Another question? Abigail?
pachati iro rekutanga iro chat title inoiswa sei? Ini pangu handisi kuona pekuisa chat title.
Aba.
Okay.
Unoenda apa pakanzi ukaklika inside the chart handiti panouya chakanzi chart design. Click on chart design. Then waklika pakanzi chart design, you can click apa pakanzi add chart element. You want to add a chart title, you go pakanzi chart title up. You select where you want to put the chart title. Above the chart, centered overlay, you select whatever you want and it appears. Wapaona? Abigail?
Yes, ndapaona.
Okay. Anyone else with a question? Vincent, then Richard. Vincent.
I'm trying to look for chat design. I've clicked on the chat title. I can't find the chat design.
Click per chat. Click per chat. Anyway, per chat. Kana usiri per chat. Notice. Tatusapa computer pangu.
Okay.
Kana ndiri ku spreadsheet kwangu. Hapana chakanzi chat design. But the moment I click on my chart that I designed, chakanzi chat design chinobva chauya kumucheto. You click on chart design. Chauya.
Which one?
Wakagadzira chart here in the first place.
Yes, I did.
Ukaklika pachart rako rawagadzira. Data rako iri kuhighlightika here.
Yes, data rangu riri highlighted.
Saka hapana chakanzi chart design chiri kuuya kumusoro uko.
Yeah, chiri kubuda top. Chachiri chachisingaonekera. Chiri kubuda chakavharwa, ndingikira chakavharwa ne application yedu isiri genuine.
Okay. Richard. Richard, do you have a question? Ngoya ndieni. Okay, Richard, skudauta. So we end. This marks the end of today's class. Could there be any questions? Jeffrey?
Yes, inaenda kubvunzawo panhengiri paassignment yamatipa iyaya. Pane imwe part inotaura yemail mage chichichi. Iri kuti mail mage wocreata 3 maletters chichi. Then paunocreata ma 3 letters achina kuderoka. inobva yamaopena rava riri rimwe document rinenge rine maletters iwaya risingachazi document ripi raunenge watanga kunaro riya riripodwa.
Indoda kuti munditumire the old one racho.
Saka bose, thank you sir, thank you.
All right. Rinenge rine zvima address bar chichi. Ndinozopedzisa ndega. Musazoita finish and what. Ruva racho.
Se intachida kungotaura about like assignment yaya ndakatonyatso
Waisa mute. Ruva racho waisa mute.
okay se ndanga ndiri kuti ndakanyora assignment yangu zvakanaka ndikapedza then ndakutoti ndikapedza this meeting ndosubmit assignment yangu ndakuona yose yangozvinyora nekesef handizivi kuti ndotanga weka ndonii pakadaro.
Yeah. Takati chine nyaya yema undo button what. Nongoklika undo. That last action.
Ndatombobuda ndikazodzoka futi saka kana ukabuda ukazodzoka undo haichashande se. Saka handichaziviwo kuti ndotanga ndichafanira kusubmita nhasi rikani mangwani.
Chingogadzirisa font wobvisa italics yacho yanyorwa kana kuti font yacho yaishandiswa woisa correct font. It doesn't take a second to do that.
Okay, I will try to send a picture meno mugozoonawo zvazvakaita.
Okay. Memory.
Say, indaunonge on that assignment again. Went. Daunonge the other text aina kunyorwa kunzi inoda font size ipini. Yepakati pesapa isiri ma topic, ma introductions, ma schedule and the like. And naona pa yakanzi tunoshandisa font ipi.
Kana pasina kunyorwa bo. Ina handisati ndaiverenga assignment yacho. Asi ndikazoona pakanyorwa kuti unofanira kushandisa font ipi. Imi muchiti hapana kunyorwa, unenge uchitokonea. But kana muchiti hapana kunyorwa, ndizvo kuti hapana kunyorwa font. Vamwewo.
Se pane pangu pasina kunyorwa font pagoti pangu kanyorwa.
It's okay. Moshandisa font size 12.
Panenge pasina kunyorwa pacho.
Yeah, which type?
Ko vanga vagara vasubmit vanenge voita semani.
Vashandisa font size ani?
Tinoshandisa 1112. Handina hangu handichaziva naishandisa. Let me check faster.
Kana wanga uchichinja mafont, uchiti pamwe ukashandisa 11, pamwe ukashandisa 12 mumaparagraph ako, zvitori wrong izvozvo. Unofanira kuva consistent.
Panda kuchinja mafondi nechichi ndepanga pakanyorwa ndisi apa paisa fondi yakati then imwe kwese ndaingoshandisa yakafanana.
It's okay then.
Font type data conversion.
Yeah, anga ichingoshanda kumusoro ikoko I guess.
Pane pamamboti calibri pamwe mukamboti area.
Pamaparagraph hapana kuzonyorwa kunzi shandisa ipi yacho.
Andandisanda paona.
It's fine. Munongoita plan. Sevanhu vakuru.
Yeah. Okay.
Pretty.
vanga vatosubmit
Vanga vatosubmita. Vasubmita
vanga
chi.
vatosubmit iyo yeassignment yeword then
Vanga
taakutozonzwa apa kuti I mean kuti sekuti ndanga ndatosubmita kudhara ndatosenda paemail yenyu then taakutozonzwa kuti zvamakuita izvi kutaura kuti kana kuti header footer something like that kana kuti uko kusasi kwemail meji taiso indatosubmita maybe ndisina kuita izvozvo ndosenda futi ndoita sei
kana uchida kusenda futi senda futi gadzirisa usende futi. Ini ndichazomaka the last one that you submit. Asi
Asenda
kana
kuvhunza
uchingofila
wakapa
kuti zviri ball, don't worry. Chingosiya zvakadaro. Yes, ndiani? Pretty.
Pretty. Ndakuvhunza wakapa pamail major. Pambovhunzwa naJeffrey but inanda kunyatsonzwisisa. Pakanzi hanzi ticreate a mailing list. Unokwanisa kushandisa Excel or Word tab. Ini ndingashandisa Excel. But
Okay.
ndanza ime muchiti hanzi kana ukacreate ma-emails 3 matitisa maise.
Sorry, wanga wakuita uchibreaka.
Ureda kuvhunza patask number 3 paassignment yamati tiisende nhasi. Pakanzi ticreate a mailing list. So pakapiwa ma-options ekuti unokwanisa kushandisa Excel or Word table.
Pretty wanyarara.
Yeah, so ndakashandisa Excel ndakacreate a mailing list. So ndiri kuvhunza kuti madocuments aya ndinoenda mameja seiko the main document.
Unowabatanidza sei? Waita merge and iri kutopika.
Ndikaita merge inobva iri kupika.
So you need to send both documents. Inini ndine list yangu yandakacreata inini. Handiti. So pandicharana document rako, I'm not necessarily going to use a list yako iwewe. Ichanopika mulist yangu inini. Kana wangoita zvinhu zviri correct, it should run perfectly. Asi kana usina kuita zvinhu zviri correct, inoramba kurana. Wapanzwisisa? But send both documents. Ine list yako ne document rako rine uyu. Rine tsamba yacho.
Okay.
Zvanga uchibvunza masikati. Kuwaregere kuinsista kuti hauna kunzwisisa.
Semango the way yamapindura yacho ndatofunga.
Sometimes I was rude.
Yes.
Who said yes? No. I was in another lecture when you asked, and I thought you said, should I do A or should I do B? And I thought I told you do A. Why walista my options are possible? Ndikakuudza kuti ita option E. But if you ask me a question and you don't understand, please insist until you get answers to what you are asking for. Vincent, your hand is still up.
Yes, yes, sir. Someone asked you about the mailing part where when you finish, it creates those letters, and when you get the letters, it's merging even with the whole document. And you told them to submit that one before clicking on finish.
Oh, yes.
So we
Now,
said it without completing the mail merge.
without running the merge, what, yes. So
Okay.
that I see kuti waita zvemerge. Ukazopedzisa finish and merge handiti dzinenge dzangova tsamba dzisina zvima-address block what zvezve dzitori nemazita. I can't tell kuti wazviita nekombiyuta here kana kuti waita zvekunyorera. I can't tell kana iwe watoita merge and print here or something like that.
So we send pasati appear those names.
Pachiri ne-greetings line, block line, ini ndini ndichazopedzisa ndichishandisa list yangu.
All right.
Zviri kunzwisisika?
Yeah. So which means before finishing, there's no factoring of the naming from the
Iwewe handiti iwewe uri kutoziva kutoti watoisa address block yako, watoita database rako and so forth. Saka iwe ndiri kungoti usapedzisa kuti hanzi edit for individual letters or something like that. Pekupedzisira paya musapaita, ndichapaita from my end ndakuona ma-assignments enyu.
Okay.
Memory.
Yeah. Ndatoita zvekuti ndichida kumbotesta kuona kuti ndaita zvirizvo here, saka yanga yakutobuditsa mazita. Handizivi kuti zvinorevheseka here, zvinoitika back to sender.
Since you know how to do it, just redo it if it's not going back.
All right, pakanaka.
Jeffrey.
Yeah, mubvunzo wanoda kubvunza ndo wabvunzwa naMemori
Wanga watopedza. Wanga watoita pesa.
ndobva tatomboona kuti zvawaita ndezveshuwa here chiche.
Okay, zviri kuramba kudzokera.
Kudzoka uku kuti zvisashowa manames. Chinongodzoka chakabudisa kuti address chichi chine greeting line kudai.
Ndozvandiri kuda izvozvo.
Oh. So document ane ndakireta ma-mailing list aina ndorisenda futi pandosenda the assignment.
Just send it, just in case.
Thank you, sir.
But like I said, ini nditori nerangu document. So pandicharana inenge ichiconnecta ku list rangu ini. But I'm seeing potential potential complications where someone named their list something else. So just send your list as well, the one that you created.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So the second assignment is due on Friday. This Friday. The spreadsheet one. We are done with spreadsheet. I want my assignment on Friday. On Monday, I might organize Monday. Okay, on a later date, kumberi uku tichazoita imwe session yatinoita revision. Muchindibvunza zvinhu zvese zvamusinganzwisisi kucourse towards the exams. We'll do another lecture yekuti me muchindibvunza zvese zvamusinganzwisisi. I will tell you when. If I forget, just remind me, say, lecture ramaka promisa rere offer.
Okay, sir.
Good night. Please submit assignment on time. Oh, there's more blessing. More blessing.
So I wanted to find out pane ma-exact dates here ema-exams aya because pakangobudiswa range kuti from 27 to 14 yapo here timetable inonyatsotudza kuti chakati musi wakati chakati musi wakati.
Takanyora mubva musi wa27 October.
Ndo zvakanyorwa timetable yatakaona.
Timetable haisati yagadzirwa. Haisati yapublishwa.
Zvakanaka.
Ichauya inenge ichitotaura kuti kubva musi 1 kuti mojo yakati inonyorwa rini.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Let me now post these 2 videos, and then I will send the links to your WhatsApp groups. There is one group that I still have to cover theory with. I'll get in touch with you. Don't worry. Good night. I'm ending the meeting now.